Question: how important is it to have a grounding sheet under your fitted sheet? Well, the purpose of grounding is we pick up positive charges from everything. I mean, I have radio waves going through me right now. I have cell phone waves going through me right now. I can't see them, but they're still affecting me, and those give me a positive charge. I don't mean positive like good positive. So I get that positive charge based upon everything that's going through me from an EMF, electrical frequency perspective, but I also get that from foods I eat, from dirty electricity in my home, to everything. I'm sitting here in front of 3 computer screens. That's giving me that positive charge. That's not necessarily good for us. Okay, so when you go outside, the earth has a negative charge. It has a stable negative charge. So when I go outside and touch my hands or my feet to the ground, then I'm dispersing that positive charge and balancing my cell charge to my body. That's extremely healthful. Or we could say it's extremely unhealthy to not do that at different times. That's why I'm very big into, getting outside as much as you possibly can and touching the ground. If I'm going outside and walking around with rubber-soled shoes, I'm not grounding myself. However, your pet is a great source of grounding. So your pet is going outside, presumably without boots on, and they are getting grounded. So they're getting filled with nice negative ions, and then they come in and you pet your dog, and you're basically discharging your positive ions onto your dog. Well, you're not going to hurt your dog. It's going to go outside again and discharge that outside. So pets can help ground, but you can also ground through wires. So a grounding sheet is just a sheet full of small little interconnected wires that's then connected to your house ground. You got to make sure your outlets are all grounded. So to your house ground, it plugs into that bottom, or depends on how you have your outlet set up, that one single thing on the bottom of your ground outlet plugs into that. That goes back to a ground on your electrical panel, which then hopefully is tied to a copper wire that goes outside, tying to a copper stake that should be staked into the ground, 4, 5, 6 feet. So typically you buy those at the hardware store, they're 6 feet long, and you pound them into the ground. That's what grounds you. That's what grounds your electrical system in the house, to protect it from shorts and things. It's keeping it grounded, so you're not getting this excess of charge buildup in your wires. That's called dirty electricity. You'll get dirty electricity spilling off in your house all the time, but the better your house is grounded, the less you'll have of that. Well, you could take advantage of that system that you already have built into your house, hopefully. Though I did go to a house once and we tested their system. You can buy these little testing devices on Amazon that you can plug into you could buy it at a hardware store. They're only like $5 or less. Plug into an outlet to see if it's properly grounded or not. If it's not, then you need to either do that or call an electrician. I had a patient once that we went to their house. She was having all sorts of issues. Went to her house, checked her outlets. She just had her house within the last couple of years. She had an older house. She had it completely rewired by an electrician. He never connected any of the grounds. So you can't necessarily trust your electrician, I guess. So that was a giant eye opener. Every single outlet in their house, though it had those 3 little prongs, they weren't grounded. None of the outlets were grounded. Pretty crazy. So especially with new construction, you just don't know what's going on. So you could get that checked really easy with that little device that you just plug into the outlets. But then you can plug in a ground wire, and then you can sit all day long on a grounding sheet or a grounding mat, and it's grounding you. So you're not going outside. So there's huge benefits to that. Using a grounding sheet at night, you're grounding yourself all night long. And there's all sorts of evidence that it can help take away aches and pains. It can help people sleep better, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really beneficial to be grounded. That's why I always suggest you go outside barefoot in the summertime so that you can best ground yourself. Be outside, touch the environment, be interactive with your environment, work in the garden, touch the soil. That's all. You're grounding yourself, and there's tons of evidence that makes you feel much better.